sit still and observe, like, you know what? Like, I'm at my wit's end. I don't know what else to do. I don't know who else to turn to. I don't know what else book to read. I don't know what else podcast to watch. I don't even know what prayer to recite. I don't even know anymore. At that point right there, bro, when you get to that point right there, as dark as it may seem, I put this on everything I know. That's going to be the highlight of your life right there. I promise you. Because right there, if you just look around, if you just sit still and look around, you will see that opportunity. You'll see that opportunity, bro. Hey, these brothers. Man, I normally don't make content on Saturday mornings, man, but I felt pulled to fire this camera up this morning, man, and share some with y'all brothers, man. I want to say this, bro. I don't care what it is you're going through. And I'm not telling you something I read in a book, bro. I'm telling you something I stand on with every single cell in my body. I don't care what it is you're going through, man. There's always an open door for you to open and move in a different direction. Like, there's always an open door. If you're moving right, if you're living right, if you're treating people right, if you're trying to live, a solid life, not saying you perfect, but if you're trying to live a perfect life, if you love your brother like you love yourself, and you love the most creative, the highest, the most high, and nothing else above it, there's always an open door, bro. And the reason I want to talk about this morning, man, is I got a phone call from a very good friend of mine, man, a sister that I've been knowing, I don't know, maybe 20 plus years, maybe more than that. No, at least 30 years. I don't know. And it's a sister, man, that's always been in my corner, man. It's a sister, man, that man, there's been times where I didn't have nothing. And there was times that she didn't have nothing. Even though we would both just kind of make it work, she would still be there for me, man, and help me get forward, help me get to the next level, man. Just like, she's that kind of sister. Anyway, long story short, man, she called me this morning. And I'm not finna put all her business out there, man, but like, life is just happening. She called me this morning, man, woke me up, just saying, hey, you know what? I just want to vent. I got this happening. In other words, like her bottom is around her. Her world is doing something else. And she's getting all these rejection letters and X, Y, Z. And I told her, I said, you know what? No's are no's, but God is still God. No's may be no's, man. Jobs may be lost. Illnesses may come. People may leave your life. Whatever scenario you can think of, God is still God, bro. And I'm not trying to sound like some TD Jakes coming on here this morning, man. But I'm telling you what I know, bro. Like there's always going to be an open door. And again, y'all, I share my stories all the time, bro. But every single time I've got to a certain place in life where I'm like, God dang, like, this is dark, man. Like, this is this is it, man. Like, I can't find my way to get out of this. I'm telling you, man, like, that's when that door will open. That's when that door will open, bro. You know what I'm saying? Picture this. Picture you being in your house or apartment. Picture you being no money, no food in the fridge, no source of income. Everything's going down. Lights are off because the bill wasn't paid. And you sitting in that space contemplating life. And you look up, and 60 days, 90 days later, you're in a whole different situation. I'm going to tell you, man, that door will come at your bottom, bro. And the reason I think that door comes at your bottom is not that door wasn't always there. It's just that a lot of times there are things in our life, there are mindsets in our life, there are beliefs in our life, there are people in our life that are keeping us from seeing that door. So what I think, I'll just use the word the universe for right now. What I think the universe is doing is saying, hey, you know what? Like the door is open. Kind of like when I talk about the fly trying to find the door. When I talk about Price Pritchett's work, the door is always there, but the universe, God is saying, you know what? Like he's going to see it in a minute, but he's got to lose so many things. He got to let so many people leave out of his life first. He got to go through something to correct that thing in his mind first. And once he gets to the very bottom, he'll see that door. I'm telling you, man, that door is always there, bro. And I know I'm speaking to some of y'all now. And I don't know what the situation is, man. Christmas is coming up. You know, people want you to buy all this stuff with gifts, and you just ain't got it right now because the job did something, or the bonus didn't come through, or the whatever. I know, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, man, and I'm not talking about just Christmas again. I'm talking about life, bro. There's always a door. And I'm telling you, this is the beautiful thing about it, man. And this is what I was telling my sister. I said, you know what? Whatever it is you're trying to hold on to, whether it's a certain financial level, whether it's a certain person, whether it's a certain way of living you're trying to hold on to, and you see it crumbling, I said the thing that God has for you, that door that's open, it is going to be way more than what you're trying to hold on to. I promise you. It's going to be way more than what you're trying to hold on to. You just got to identify you got to identify what that door is, right? And the way you do that, man, is just sitting still for a minute. Like a lot of us can't sit still for 5 minutes. I'm not talking about going on a 6-month hiatus, getting off internet, getting off this, and go to the Himalayas and meditate for 6 months. If that's what it takes, then so mote it be. But I'm saying at least this Saturday night, at least this weekend, sit your ass down and ponder on life, ponder on self, ponder on God. You know what I'm saying? Ponder on that triad and what that means when I'm talking about that singular truth. A lot of times, brothers, it's that truth that's holding us back. Monitor your truth, man. Analyze your truth. But just sit still for a minute, bro. Sit still and observe. Sit still and observe. Like, you know what? Like, I'm at my wit's end. I don't know what else to do. I don't know who else to turn to. I don't know what else book to read. I don't know what else podcast to watch. I don't even know what prayer to recite. I don't even know anymore. At that point right there, bro, when you get to that point right there, as dark as it may seem, I put this on everything I know. That's going to be the highlight of your life right there. I promise you. Because right there, if you just look around, if you just sit still and look around, you will see that opportunity. You'll see that opportunity, bro. Again, going back to 2009, when I'm sitting in that house, loaded weapon in hand, depressed, lights out. I'm sitting there saying, you know what? I have no other place to call. I'm tired of even being here. All my religion, all my belief, I'm like, you know what? It's out the door now. Like, I don't believe in none of that stuff anymore. Boom, the light came on. That spiritual light came on. And said, bro, like, don't you see what I've put in you this whole time? Don't you see the knowledge I've been giving you over the years? Don't you see the skill set I've been planting you over the years? Think about the things you got from the military. Think about the things you got when you was in the oil field. You have skill set and knowledge. Like I've been putting these things in you the whole time. I took that information, man, and that life that I was trying to hold on to for so long, that current life I was trying to hold on to, I took what God showed me, brother, and multiplied that. Built my first 6-figure business off of that. That's what I'm saying, man. That door is always there. And I can give you situations like that, man, in life. Actually going through it now. Not that times are hard, man, but I saw myself some months ago where I hit a ceiling, even though life was still good with no lights off, nothing like that. But I'm like, man, I'm at a ceiling. And I just went inside and looked around, and God said, bro, the shit you trying to do, I put it in you. The situations you've gone through, the breakups, the this, the that, the jobs in the past, like all that shit was for a reason. Like you can sit there and complain about that stuff, or you can extract the knowledge I gave you in that and thrive off of it. So now I'm taking the information and thrive off of it, man, and life is lifing, bro. I'm telling you, man, that door is always open, man. But the thing is this. Once you find out what that door is, once you find out what that opportunity is, once you find out what that job is you're supposed to step into, that career you're supposed to step into, that business you're supposed to build, once you find out what it is, like, cause it's gonna hit you. It's going to hit you, bro. But once it hits you, man, it's all about execution. It's all about execution. Going back to Price Pritchard's work in U Squared, when he talked about the fly hitting the glass, And the fly, he said the fly just turns around, right? And spends 10 seconds of flying, right? Like a lot of people will hit that glass for so long, and then they'll turn around and see that open door, right? And then they'll sit on that windowsill for the longest time. And even though they see the opportunity, they'll still just sit there and ponder on it. Bro, you got to execute, man. You have to, and when I want to talk about this for a second, bro. Because when it comes down to execution, when I'm talking about execution, this is what I believe holds a lot of people back. A lot of people hold back on executing on that idea, writing the book, starting the channel, opening because they want it to be so perfect. You got to understand, man, that if you see a new opportunity, you're going to be green in that area, bro. You got to be willing to get out there and say, you know what? I don't know exactly how I'm supposed to do. I have a vision, but it's going to take a process of me really constructing it en route. A lot of people that start YouTube channels, man, that first video, that first 10 videos, sometimes that first 100 videos, like you out there just kind of looking crazy, talking crazy, or starting that course or starting that business. It's like I'm going to put myself out there and do it. But a lot of times people won't do it because they're going to say, they're going to laugh at me when I'm still trying to figure it out. In other words, I'm trying to learn how to fly, but I'm looking kind of crazy for a minute. You got to understand, the only people that are laughing at you are the people that are still banging their heads against the windowsill. They're banging their heads against the windowsill of life, trying to get outside, looking over their shoulder, looking at you flying toward freedom. And you're worried about these people? Because the people that are out there flying with you, they're not going to laugh at you, bro. They're giving you support. They're giving you support. I know I've started new projects, man, and just because people saw me starting new projects, people that were moving in a certain energy would reach out to me, man, and say, hey, bro, you know what? You can do X, Y, Z. When people see you flying, they're going to assist you. So whatever that thing is you're thinking about doing, bro, I'm telling you to do it. I'm telling you to do it. I love when somebody calls me, man, or shoots me a text, man, and say, hey, man, I hit this quick pothole in my journey. How do you go around this right here, man? And if I can spit this out in 3 or 4 minutes, 5 minutes, I'm like, bro, yeah, hey, do this right here. I'm not finna give you a whole hour-long consultation with the game. But if I see somebody out there flying and they say, hey, man, I'm starting to do this thing right here. How did you get past this? It's like, brother, I see you trying to fly. I want to help you fly. Screw the people over there laughing. Screw the people over there miserable at life. Let them laugh, bro. Let them laugh as you fly all the way to the bank. As you fly all the way to freedom. As you fly all the way to seeing places on the globe, doing what you want to do, living where you want to live, spending on what you want to spend. Let them laugh. But let them watch the show, man. Let them laugh, but let them watch the show. So it's all about executing, man. It's all about executing. So all I'm saying is this, bro. Again, man, I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is you're going through, man. I don't care what it is. And just to kind of go off of what I was saying, man, the sister that called me, we were sitting there talking, and she's telling me all this stuff, and I let her vent for a long time. I'm like, yeah, get it all out. At the same time, I'm collecting data. Get it all out, girl. I'm your girl. You be there for me. You always there for me. I'm there for you. Vent. Get it all out. And toward the end, we took all the energy, we took all the conversation off of her problems, and now we start focusing on the solution. I'm like, yeah, you got all that out. Yeah, that's jacked up. Yeah, these people over here, that's jacked up. That's wrong. Screw them. Okay, we done with that? We done with that whole conversation? Now let's start talking about solution. Now let's start talking about your intuition. Now let's start talking about God. Now let's start talking about them doors. A lot of times, man, we got to close the curtain on that negative side and focus only on the light for a little bit, man. Focus only on the possibilities. We got to talking about the possibilities. We got to talking about her skill sets. We got to start talking about her knowledge. We start talking about her connections, which included myself, and it started painting a whole different picture. To the point before we got out the phone, it was like, oh snap, These problems I thought were problems were really just blessings. Like if these problems wouldn't have existed, you and I would have never had this conversation. You would have never seen that door inside of your mind that will give you a completely different world than the world you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, man, it's simply us closing the door on all the things that are hindering us, closing the door on the sicknesses, closing the door on the bills, and closing the door on the lost jobs, closing the doors on the old relationships, and looking only at the new. I'm telling you, man, if you can start doing that, bro, like life will change. But understand this, 'cause I want to let y'all go and enjoy y'all Saturdays, man. There's always a door open. When was the last time you woke up and did exactly what you wanted to do? When was the last time you woke up and said, you know what? I don't know what time it is. I don't know what day it is, but I'm just going to wake up and be great. Be my own version of myself. I'm telling you, brothers, you haven't achieved true freedom until you can wake up and do that. Now, I've been talking about what it feels like to wake up every single day and it feels like Saturday. Now it's time I show you how I got to that point. Now it's time that I'm allowing people to work with me directly. I'm not talking about taking some course and never hearing from me. I'm talking about working with me directly. I'm talking about you networking with the people I'm networked with. I'm talking about you learning exactly what I did to get from corporate America to true freedom. I've been talking about this freedom for so long. I've been saying every day should be Saturday. Now is your time to click this button and learn from me directly. Let me show you the way.